Hello and welcome to the first edition of Birds in the News, where we talk about birds in the news. Our first story comes from WTOP in the Washington, D.C. area, and they're saying if you're tired of watching Netflix, you can go out and watch some birds instead. This doesn't sound like very helpful advice, like how interesting can birds be, but it's actually a very good time to get into the hobby of bird watching. In the spring, the birds that are left behind from the winter that haven't left yet are combined with the birds that are moving through during the migration season, and there are also the very earliest birds from the summer season. So spring is a time where you can get 3 seasons worth of birds just by going out and looking outside. If you're in an area where you can go outside on the trails, for example, and watch birds, now is an amazing time to go watch birds. One other thing they mentioned in this article is that downloads of the bird ID app Merlin are up 80% from this time last year. So there are lots and lots of people who are looking for socially distancing activities that they can do kind of without other people, and bird watching is an amazing thing to do right now. Our second story comes from Mass Live, and it says that duck brand Stuck at Prom duct tape prom dress scholarship contest is dishing out $25,000. And this is why it's bird related, because it's duck brand duct tape. But they have a contest every year where they challenge people to make an outfit for prom out of duct tape of various colors. There are some amazing designs every year. It's really fun to look at. And this year they're moving their contest online only because obviously most proms are canceled for this year, which means that you too can enter. So if you find that you have way too much free time these days, you might have a fun new hobby. Next in bird news, we have a story from AccuWeather where a bird flew from Africa to Europe 4,677 miles in 7 days. This is a common cuckoo. It's not a particularly large bird, but it is a migratory bird. Some scientists put a geo-tracker on it and watched as it flew incredibly fast from Africa to Europe. They said usually this trip takes 2 to 3 weeks, and this bird did it in 1. The bird's name is Carlton 2, according to the researchers, and they said a tailwind probably helped Carlton 2 fly that quickly. I just want to know what Carlton 2 was in such a hurry to see. Might be our next story from Newsweek. UK's largest bird of prey returns to English skies for the first time in 240 years. This is the white-tailed hawk. This bird was hunted to local extinction within England due to government bounties and the hunting that caused. So it did still exist on the Isle of Wight, and some naturalists are reintroducing it to its native range from the island of Wight. So this is the first time that these birds have been on English soil for 240 years. So they might now repopulate their former range in Britain. I think we all want them to succeed. Our next bird in the news is a non-avian bird, the electric scooter startup bird. Ran into a rough patch recently, like many other businesses, and a sign of the times, they laid off 40% of their workforce in a group Zoom call. So maybe if they make it through this rough patch, they will once again return to their native range of sidewalks around the world. One other thing about the startup bird is that I really like the way the word bird is written on their logo. The typography is exquisite. And some good bird news. The Gateway Arch went dark for 2 weeks to help migrating birds. This is a problem that birds encounter. We've talked about it in a previous video where if lights are pointed upwards towards the sky at night, migrating birds can fly over and get trapped in that beam of light. And so landmarks like the Gateway Arch in Missouri are turning off their lights for a couple of weeks during peak migration season, and that will help those migrating birds get to their destination safely. So I really wanted to highlight these landmarks doing the right thing for birds. And that's just a short selection of birds that have been in the news recently. If you have any other bird articles or any items that you want featured in a future Birds in the News, please send those in and we might cover them. Links for all of these articles will be down in the description, and be sure to subscribe before you go so that you can know when future episodes of Birds in the News come out. Thanks for stopping by this week to learn what makes life awesome.